Did anyone read the textbook yesterday of Unit 1? Good evening.
Yes, ma'am, I need it.
Okay, Muhammadi Begum. Okay. Any doubts you have?
No, ma'am, yesterday I was not
But
attending
not
this
there
class.
for the class. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, till now 70 members were there. Can anyone give a quick introduction about yesterday's topic? What I taught yesterday?
Formal
Quick recap.
and informal.
Formal, informal, what?
Formal, informal, and semi-formal.
Semi-formal.
Greeting, ma'am. Formal greeting,
What are-
informal greeting, and semi-formal greeting.
And situations also.
Reading.
Greeting.
Ma'am, not the reading, ma'am. Introductions, ma'am.
Introductions,
Correct,
ma'am.
Anuradha. Yes,
Formal
correct,
introduction
Anuradha.
and semi-formal introduction and informal introduction.
Correct,
And
very
the
correct,
scale
Anuradha.
of formality, ma'am. According to the scale of formality, these situations may differ, ma'am. Informal or formal or semi-formal.
Correct, correct. Thank you. Correct.
How to introduce formal, informal, and semi-formal.
Okay, correct, Ashia. That was also correct. I told the main topic is introduction.
Yes, ma'am.
So 3 types of introductions: formal, semi-formal, and the informal.
Informal.
What are the situations where you have to introduce yourself in a formal way, informal way, and the semi-formal way, and how to react for the introductions also? Little bit I explained. So those who are not there for the previous class, this is a quick recap. That yesterday's topic was the introduction, how to introduce yourself when it is a formal situation, informal situation, and the semi-formal situations. So can anyone tell me a quick one situation where we will introduce in a formal way?
When we meet an higher designation persons, ma'am. Senior
Very good.
persons
Correct,
who
correct.
works in a higher official place.
Correct. Very good. Next, it's
And
semi-formal.
when we meet a person after a long time, when we meet our friends after a long time, when we meet a stranger for the first time, we will introduce ourselves in a formal way. An informal
Correct.
way, when we meet our close friends, colleagues, or relatives, we family members, we will introduce ourselves in informal way.
Correct. Very much correct. Very good, Anuradha. Thank you so much. So this is a quick recap of yesterday's topic, introduction. And today, let's continue the same thing today's class. Okay. Till now, 22 students joined. Okay, after 1 minute, I'm going to start the topic. I'm going to share the PPT screen share. Then we'll start our topic. Okay.
Ma'am, yesterday you have shown some PPTs and
Yes.
types of discussions and question and answers. And you
Yes.
send that in chat box, that one.
Now?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Please share the
Okay.
Please share, ma'am.
PPT
I am
link.
getting very tensioned and very.
Okay, I'll try to share now right away. Give me a moment.
If any doubt there means, I will ask you, ma'am. Any doubt?
Okay. Okay, give me a moment. I'm going to share it.
And mobile number, I'll give my mobile number.
I can share it in the chat, I think.
Yeah. This is.
Okay, okay. Chat box. Okay, I shared it in the chat box, Canva. You can have it. It's there. Check it.
Open it. Yeah.
If nothing more is there, just to, it's like a quick topic. That's it. Not more than that. Okay, let's start today's class. Today, Unit 2, making introductions in the casual and the semi-formal situations. Let me share my screen here. One moment. So, welcome to today's class, day 2, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University, Functional English, Semester 1 class. Correct. Shall I start the class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, making introductions in the casual and the semi-formal situations. So, in this today's class, we are going to learn about how to differentiate the features of semi-formal situations and how to introduce yourself in semi-formal situations, how to respond to introductions in semi-formal situations. One thing, what is the difference in the features of semi-formal situations and how to introduce yourself in the semi-formal and how to respond to the introductions in semi-formal situations. How to use proper address systems in such situations. To what extent you can be personal. Yesterday also I have just introduced this thing. Then what is the parameters or what is the scale? How much you should be personal? How much you should share your things, personal things, or in the introduction when you are introducing in the semi-formal or the formal ways. Yesterday I told you a small introduction in that. So in this same unit you have the same topic. How much extent you can be personal and which body language and gestures to use in such introductions. What is the body language and the gestures you use while you are introducing yourself in a formal way or the semi-formal way, and which language expressions to avoid in such introductions. What are the language expressions you should avoid? Yesterday we learned what are the expressions we have to use when we are introducing ourselves in a formal, informal, and the semi-formal. We learned today in this chapter you are going to learn which expressions you are not supposed to use in this type of situations. Okay, we'll start self-introduction in the casual or the semi-formal situations. See, do you know the other person immediately or personally, but you have some work with him? You don't know the other person immediately or personally, but you have some work with him. For example, for example, which example I should give? Okay. You want some loan, some personal loan or a housing loan or a bank loan, something, etc., you want. So you went to bank. You don't know the person. So that is the first meeting you are having with the person, her or him. So that is a situation where you have to be semi-formal. Self-introduction in a very casual way or in the semi-formal way, because you have some work with her. Your work has to be done, but you don't know them. So that type of situation will come under the semi-formal, and how to introduce yourself in that semi-formal situation. When you're thrown together with a person in a casual situation. So this comes under, for example, if you went to a party, mostly in the real life parties, this type of introductions or the things will not happen. You can see in the movies how the parties went and how they introduce themselves to each other. So some situations will be there. The person who is giving the party will know everyone, but the people who are attending the party will not. It's not compulsory or it's not a rule that they should know each other. So at that type of situations, what will happen? For example, take Anuradha, one of our student, take Anuradha. Why I'm telling Anuradha? Because I remember her name. Me and Anuradha, or Anuradha and some other two students, I invited them for, I'm giving some party. So I invited both of them to the party. I know Anuradha and I know the other person, but Anuradha and other person will not, they do not know each other. So what will I do? I'll call both of them. I'll talk to them and I'll tell them I have a small work. So you both talk each other. I'll just come. I'll just say like this and I'll go away. So that type of situations, what happened? The two person has to talk to each other. There is no option because I invited them to the party. I told them just give me a moment. I have some work and I'll go away. They has to talk to each other. At least some interaction should be there between each other. That
Yes.
type of situations. And when a person is above you in the social hierarchy, but the situation is rather informal. Here, what's meant by social hierarchy means basically I belong to I'm a normal people. I'm a normal person, like a middle class person. And instead of that, I'm very famous. There is nothing comparison between my like my social status or what is it called? I don't have much money. I'm a normal people, but I'm very famous people. That type of situation is called a social hierarchy. So when a person is above you, basically, I'm more. You can take him as you are more intelligent or more rich, more old, younger, elder. Everything you will be there more, but the person will be more in a more position than you. Who is that? So that type of situations also comes under the informal situations. Understood? At that time, you have to use the semi-formal situations. Let me give you some examples. Listen, everyone. Here two are there, Mr. Ganguly and Mrs. Sharma. Here what happened? Mr. Ganguly from the Trust Technology Center, Mumbai, is visiting the office of the India International Techno Solutions in Hyderabad. Now, Mr. Ganguly started the conversation. Hello, I have come from Mumbai. My name is Jay Ganguly and I'm the Chief Officer of the Trust Technology Center here. I'm looking for Mrs. Sharma. Now, Mrs. Sharma. Oh, yes, of course. You called me earlier. I'm Richa Sharma and I work as the Chief Publicity Officer here at the India International Techno Solutions. Welcome to Hyderabad. I was actually waiting for you. Did you have a good flight? Oh, yes, Mrs. Sharma. The flight was very comfortable. Now, Mrs. Sharma, shall we process to my office? Did you have any breakfast on the flight? Mr. Ganguly, yes, I did on the flight, but thank you for your offer. I would like a cup of tea if you don't mind. Mrs. Sharma, of course. So, based on this conversation, what do you think? This is a semi-formal introduction or the formal introduction, and what it could be?
Ma'am,
Yes.
this is a semi-formal, ma'am, because the two persons are unknown, ma'am. They first met after, now itself, ma'am, and first he introduced himself formally. Then their conversation went to semi-formal, ma'am.
Correct, very much correct. Okay, according to you people, so this is a semi-formal. Why do you think it's not? Why it should be in a semi-formal? Why not in a formal? Or what do you think? Why not in a formal or why not in informal? Why it is only in the semi-formal? Can anyone answer? Think in that way. Did you understand my question?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, both the persons are of the same level, ma'am. Both are
Okay.
the same officers, and
Okay.
no one is from both. What I mean to say means in a higher designation, ma'am, higher position.
Okay.
So they will both as they are from both the same place. They are introducing as a friend, like friends, ma'am.
Okay. 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 One more I would, it's a very correct answer. One more I would like to add is just now when the introduction is given, I told you, see if you have some work with the other person.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So that work has to be done.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. And you don't know
Yes.
the other person. So this is also the type of situation.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct.
Exactly.
So this
Yes,
should be
ma'am.
added.
Exactly,
Whatever
ma'am.
you said is correct. Whatever you said is correct. This is just an addition because here the work has to be done with the person. So I have to be semi-formal.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Understood, everyone?
Yes, ma'am. Correct, ma'am. Thank you.
Self introduction.
Yes. Now, in this situation, it's very informal and it states a rather objective or an impersonal ways of introducing oneself to each other as a part of the business meeting. Just saying the name and what one does. Note that neither two persons use any form such as Mr. and Mrs. They just introduce themselves like names and everything. Hello, I'm from Mumbai, etc., etc. And something what they have used is, did you have? How is your journey? Is the flight comfortable? And did you had your breakfast? So it's like
That is a formal
completely,
way, ma'am.
yes, correct. That's a very
Formal
formal
way,
way.
that is.
One way, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct, correct, correct. Now let me tell you one more example situation. Mr. Sampson and Mrs. Jadhav. Hello there. I would like to introduce myself to you. I'm Joy Sampson from London. I came yesterday but was not able to meet you. I met quite a few of your colleagues, of course. Oh, hello, Mr. Sampson. So sorry I missed you yesterday. I know about you, Mr. Sampson. Mr. Raghavan did tell me about your visit. I am Vijay Jadhav and I am the project officer here and I am in charge of the collaborative project with your company. Welcome to India, sir. I hope you are comfortable in your hotel, Hyderabad. Does get quite warm during summer. Yes, that it does. But thank you, I'm quite comfortable in the hotel and you don't have to call me sir. Joe is fine. Please call me Joe.
That is
Joy. In fact,
semi-formal way, ma'am.
correct. In fact, everyone call me sir. Can I call you Vijaya? Yes, of course. How about some coffee? Joy, sure. I would like. I would have some. This is first. They started as a very formal way. Then the introduction or the conversation ends in a semi-formal way.
Semi-formal way.
situation.
Semi
Yes.
formal way.
Yes,
Here
ma'am.
they also have the some work has to be
Some
done
work,
with
ma'am.
each
Yes,
other.
ma'am.
And
Yes, ma'am.
also they are very not in a informal way, very professional way.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Whatever
ma'am.
they spoke first in a very professional way, but like as they are in equal designations, so they would like to call upon each other in their names instead of
Their with their
Mr. and Mrs.
names. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
With their
Yes,
names. If so, some example is there, no, ma'am. Self introduction. I will
yes,
say, I am Avinash. I am the assistant manager
okay,
in so and so some company.
okay.
That is the formal way or informal?
that is semi-formal situation, no, ma'am.
No. You just introduce yourself, your name, and the company where you work and your designation. There should
Designation.
be
It's a
something
formal way,
more.
ma'am.
Formal way, completely formal way. There
Formal
is
way, ma'am.
nothing more is there.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
we cannot define it as up to these three
If he,
sentences. It's a formal
ma'am,
way.
if he tells any about personal way, personal thing, then it becomes a
is
semi-formal,
semi-formal.
ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, not in a
About his
personal way.
hobbies and
Something
about his
more.
family.
Yes, that comes under the informal.
Yes,
Semi-formal
ma'am.
means like if any work has to be done, you will offer something or you will be something in a in a such a way that you will feel comfortable.
Yes,
Get in the
ma'am.
comfortable zone.
Yes, ma'am.
When the other person is an equal designation and the equal thing like you, then that will comes under the semi-formal way.
Semi-formal.
Yes. Shall I give the one more one more example or shall I go for the next one? Which I have.
Give me one more example, ma'am.
Example, ma'am.
Okay, give me a moment, please. Done. One more example, Arvind and Anjikya. Okay, excuse me, can I take this seat? Sure, I don't think anyone has come so far to occupy this seat. Okay, there seem to be only a few passengers around, so I think I will take this seat. Thank you. Have we met before? Were you there for Dr. Sinha's lecture on nuclear physics? I think I saw you there. Oh yes, you're right. I'm
Ma'am, your
also
voice is
remember
cutting,
having...
ma'am.
My voice is breaking. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Only for one or for everyone? Excuse
For
me.
one only, ma'am.
Ma'am, it's just happened for 1 second, ma'am.
Okay.
No, it's
okay.
clear, ma'am.
Okay, I'll continue. Oh, yes, you're right. I also remember having seen you there. I'm Arvind Sharma. I teach physics in a college in Mumbai. Oh, we are birds of some same feather. Then I'm Anjinkya Devra, and I'm also a teacher in the junior college in Harvard. Currently, I'm a research scholar. I'm working in the area of particle physics from my PhD. Well, I too am doing the doctoral research. My area is liquid drop model. You know, oh wow, that's nice. So, what do you think this situation happens, and what do you think it's a semi-formal, formal, or in a informal?
Ma'am, it started with a semi-formal way and it ends with a formal way, ma'am. I think.
It's done in the formal
First,
way.
they have talked in an informal, semi-formal way, ma'am. Just for having a seat, ma'am. Then they introduce themselves self-introduction in a formal way, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, that's true. But
And
according to me,
both are of the same designation, ma'am.
yes, correct.
Both are
Same
from the
level of
same physics branch itself.
Yes. Both are teachers or both are lecturers. Means both belongs to the same way, same designations. So here the whole situation comes under the semi-formal because first, like as you said, it started as in the formal way, and then when the second conversation started, it slowly goes into the semi-formal way. And when they know each other, after that they just introduce themselves only what they are doing, like their designation, their job, their education, nothing more personal. They did not went to personal areas. So this situation also comes under the semi formal.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I just want to ask a quick question. Just think of it, because I would like you people to think more and more, not just to read the books or copy whatever is there. Think the same situation when it happens in between the two friends. Like if two friends, for example, me and one more person is there, and we are traveling. Before me, my friend has sat in the bus, and I came all of a sudden, and I'm asking for to have a seat in the next to her. Then later I remember she's my friend, my classmate of my childhood. Then how will be our conversation? Maybe what will be my conversation with my friend?
Ma'am, first you start in the semi-formal way, ma'am. Then you, when you get to know about that she is your friend, you will talk with her in informal way, ma'am.
Correct. Very good. So what do you think, up to what extent we'll share our conversation?
You may share your personal things, ma'am, about where do you stay, where she stays, what is the what is she is doing now, in what designation she is working, about the families also, ma'am.
Correct. So this will comes under the, when I tell my friend, that will comes under the semi-formal to the informal, because she's my friend. She's my friend, and I know her personally, so I can
Ma'am,
share.
first when you met her, no, ma'am, you don't know about her, ma'am. After meeting her, you went to know that she is your best friend.
Correct.
Yes, ma'am. After that, you start in an informal way of introduction, ma'am.
Yes. First, I'll start with the informal way. Then I'll go to the sorry. First, I'll start the informal way, and then I'll go to the. Give me a moment. Just a second.
तुमच्या पुढेच केला था पिको पिको तुमच्या पुढेच केला था कट केला ब्लाउज
Ma'am,
Yes.
today you're showing that PPT, no? And after the classes, or you also send in that.
Okay, I'll share it. Okay. I muted everyone. If you want to talk, just unmute it and you can talk. Okay, because some disturbance is coming, so I muted everyone.
That link was you have sent in chat box. It's coming in like some type download option. It's not coming. You send like in MS Word or Excel, like
No,
PowerPoint.
it's not MS Word or the Excel. It's a Canva.
Canva.
Yes, because I prepared the PPT in the Canva, so it opens in the Canva. You can download it.
In
Download option will be like right side. Wait, I'll show you right away. Give me a moment.
Okay. In phone, I'm using laptop, so that's
No, I'm using tab actually.
okay. Okay. I'm having laptop now.
Okay, okay.
You send that link.
Mm. So you got the PPT like this, right? Like how I'm sharing now on the screen.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay. On the right side top, you'll get the option, or wait, down you'll have option. In the desktop means desktop or the first PC, you can have the option. See in the right side corner arrow mark. Can you see it?
Right side arrow mark.
Corner. Okay, right away I'm showing now. If you click on it, you will get the option like download. Can you see it now?
Yes, ma'am.
Download.
Down,
There will be right side
down,
corner, download will be there. You can download it from there.
download.
Yes. Here.
And it is asking PDF standard.
No, it will not ask actually. Here the download
Ma'am,
is there.
can you share this PPT in the chat board?
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
Zoom
I'll
chat?
share this too. I'll share this
Thank
too
you, ma'am.
also.
Yes.
Okay, now introducing others in the casual or the semi-formal situation. Like yesterday, how I told you, introducing others also in the casual or the semi-formal situations. Because if I, can you see the image on the screen? Two friends are there. For think of yellow one and the white one are the friends. And the right side person is a friend of this yellow color person, not the white one. So now this yellow one will introduce this other person to his or her friend. So how to introduce them in a casual or the semi-formal situations? Yesterday also I told this, how to introduce the other friend to your best friend.
Known
Yes,
person or
ma'am.
non-known person?
So actually it's not unknown to the second person, but known to the first person.
Yeah.
Got it? And the first person and that unknown person are friends. Let's give them some names, then there will be no confusion. Okay, the yellow person, take them as a name Raja or Ravi, something like that. And here one more name. Okay, take the both names as Raja and Ravi, and this is the other person, third person. Name them as third person. Raja and Ravi are friends, and this third person is a friend of Ravi, not Raja. Now Ravi will introduce the third person to Raja, like that. So how they introduce in the casual or the
First
semi-formal
in
situation.
semi-formal, then
Meet my
in
friend.
informal.
Let's see, here we have a one conversation I would like to read upon you. Give me a moment. 1 minute. Okay. Rasia and Mr. Khan. This is a conversation between the Rasia and the Mr. Khan. Good morning, sir. May I come in? Good morning, Rasia. Do come in. How are you? Fine, sir. Thank you. And you, sir. Rather busy with admissions now. Was there something you want to talk to me about? Yes, sir. I have a friend who has some problem. She wanted to meet you about something. Could she talk to you? Yes. So this conversation, what do you think this conversation will be? 1 minute. Mr. Khan, Pratik, Renuka, Giri, Mr. Khan, Rasya. Okay. Good evening, Pratik. Come in. How are you? Okay. See. Good morning, sir. May I come in? So think this situation happens in an office or in a school where this Razia is working. So she went to the office and wished, like casual, in a formal way, how you will wish your boss in a casual way. Good morning, and you will say, obviously, you will say first good morning, then how are you will be in a formal way. Then here introducing, she wants to tell her boss or the higher authority that her friend is having some problem and she wants to meet something about you. See, first she wished, then asked in a formal way, how are you? What work she wants? Then the boss asked, what you want, means what is the reason you came into the cabin, etc., etc. He
Purpose of
asked. Then she
visiting,
said
ma'am.
she's having a friend and she's having some problem, so she wants her to meet to the boss.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's a very in a semi-formal way. First, directly she did not come to the cabin and she did not tell directly to the boss or to the sir, sir, my friend is here and she wants to talk to you. She has some problem. She didn't
First,
told
she started in a
anything.
formal way, ma'am.
Yes, correct. First, she
Then it
started
became
very
in
formal way,
semi-formal.
that wishing. Yesterday also I told you, whenever you started introduction or whenever you start a conversation, wishing is very important when it is in a formal way. Formal or semi-formal also okay. Not in the informal way. Informal way means anyway you will talk with your friends or your family. So in the informal way, no need to wish each other. But in the semi-formal way or the formal way, that's must and should, we have to wish them first because they are
Before the
superiors.
introduction.
Yes, before the introduction, that's a superior one. We have to wish them. That's the
Yes,
main
ma'am.
thing. Then you will go for the next conversation. Correct. Now let's
Yes,
have the
ma'am.
quick next second situation. It's happened between Renuka Giri and Pratik. Good evening, Pratik. Come in. How are you? What do you think this conversation is? Good evening, Pratik. Come in. How are you? Do you think it's a
How are
formal or
you?
the
He
informal?
is saying how are you means it is an informal way, ma'am.
Very good. Correct. Who is this?
Formal way only we will speak with friends. We will say how are you. The same
Correct.
questions, ma'am.
Correct. Correct. Now, Pratik says, fine, ma'am. Thank you. And how are you, ma'am? What do you think is this?
It's a formal way, ma'am. Formal way.
Formal, casual way. Okay, Renuka Giri said it's not bad. It's an informal way.
Informal
Now,
way,
I
ma'am.
would like to introduce a friend of mine, ma'am. This is Kiran Barve, and Kiran, this is Mrs. Renuka Giri. So, what do you think is a casual or the informal or the formal?
Yes, ma'am.
Formal, ma'am.
Casual,
Formal.
casual, ma'am.
Casual.
Casual.
Correct. Correct. Do not mind my gate crashing in your party. Means she is inviting, what is that name? Mrs. Giri, means she's inviting her to the party. See what is the vocabulary she used. Hope you don't mind my gate crashing in your party.
Your party.
Hmm. So what do you think is the casual or the informal?
It's an informal, ma'am.
Correct. Informal. Aren't you the writer whose novel recently got an award? Wow, I have heard so much about you. In fact, both my husband and I are fans of your work. Rajan, just a minute, look who is here.
Semi-formal
Informal
In
or formal?
informal way, ma'am.
Informal way. Hello,
They're
Pratik.
just
Glad to
talking
meet.
like a friends.
Yes, correct. Hello, Pratik. Glad could make it to a
You
party. Casual, informal, or formal?
casual.
Casual. I wouldn't have missed it, sir. But by any chance, very nice of you to invite me.
First informal, then casual, ma'am.
Rajan, this is Kiran Barve, the famous author. You remember his novel won the prestigious Hindu award recently. Kiran, this is my husband, Rajan.
Casual way.
Very nice to meet you, Mr. Giri. Casual. Please call me Rajan. It's indeed a pleasure to meet you. He's also
Ma'am, one small doubt, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, go on. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Someone about to ask some doubt. Shall I go for the next topic?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, you can carry on.
Some useful phrases in the informal and the casual introductions. Yesterday also we learned this in the first unit also we have this type of phrases what we have to use in the formal and the semi-formal. Here they had given the informal and the casual introductions. Hello, I'm so and so, and hello, my name is. Hi there, I'm. Good morning, I'm. I would like to introduce myself. Excuse me, I am. You don't know me, but I am. Introducing others. When you are introducing others to someone whom you know, may I introduce this gentleman? Or hello, I would like to introduce Mr. and or Mrs. or Doctor. I would like to meet or here are the someone you should meet. Let me introduce my friend so and so. Excuse me, I would like to meet my friend to you, or do you know he or she is my friend. So these are some of the phrases which has to be used when you introduce your others to your friends, or when you introduce yourself in a informal way or the casual introductions. Got it? And what are the responses you have to use when someone person talk to you or introduce themselves? For example, if they say hi and so, you will also tell same thing. You will respond like, okay, hello, I am so and so. And wow, like the end of the day in the formal way, I told you end of the conversations what you will respond. Wow, so you are the great scholar or player. We have heard too much about you. These are the conversations just we had learned before this page. Like they told he's a good writer and he wrote some stories, books, etc. And in the conversation, they also told you are a good writer. You are okay. You wrote one novel, like that. It's a pleasure to meet you. Pleased to meet you. I'm happy or I'm glad to meet you. It's a great or lovely, wonderful meeting you. Oh yes, I have heard your name before also. In these situations, in these phrases, just before this conversation, we have see this. I have heard your name before, and pleased to meet you. It's a pleasure to meet you, and it's pleasure to invite you to my party. I'm so happy to meet you. These are the phrases you should use. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Now, question and answers time. Introduce yourself to your co-passengers in a train journey. Can anyone tell me 2 to 3 sentences what you will speak, what you will introduce to your co-passengers in your train journey? One after one. Anyone can start.
Myself, Avinash.
Okay.
So, what's your name? Where are you traveling from? Where are you going?
Okay. See, Avinash, it's a good try. First thing, you will introduce yourself and directly you'll ask them what is your name, where are you going, or here I mentioned one thing, introduction. First, you have to introduce yourself, like your name, then where you are from, where you are going, at least 3 sentences. Yourself.
Yeah.
And you don't need to mention what is the purpose of the journey. Okay, because that becomes in a semi-formal or the informal purpose or any things, etc. First introduction means you have to introduce yourself, like how you started. My name is Avinash, correct?
Yeah.
My name is Avinash and I'm from Vijayawada and I'm going to
No,
Hyderabad.
I'm from Hyderabad and I'm going to Vijayawada.
Okay, done. I'm from
I'm
Hyderabad.
actually staying in Hyderabad only, man.
Okay. You can say like that. I'm
Yeah.
Avinash. I'm from Hyderabad and I'm going to Vijayawada.
Yeah.
And may I know your name? Then you can start the conversation like that. That will be a process.
In bus
Semi-formal.
also,
Correct.
like co-passenger will be there, no, ma'am. In bus also.
Yes. Yes, correct. Can
In bus
anyone?
also. And flight.
Okay. Can anyone want to answer? Add to more anything to this?
Ma'am, may
No
I
one?
try?
Oh, yes, come on.
Hello.
Yes, come on, please.
I'm Kirti.
Uh,
I'm Kirti. I'm
Sorry, your
going
name?
from next year. Kirti.
Kirti.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going from Vijayawada to Hyderabad.
Okay.
My name is Kirti. From where you are, till where the way you are going. May I know your name, please?
Okay.
I think is your mother is with you. Like this, we'll start the conversation and we'll talk more.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Very good. Good. Can anyone more? It's completely a semi-formal, correct? Anyone also want to add more? Or shall I give the other situation you want to talk?
If we're introducing ourselves now, they will ask them, no, where you work, which job.
Yes.
That is
First, we'll start.
also
Yes, we'll start from the semi-formal, and that comes later on. It becomes like a casual things, or in a informal. Later on, it will changes into informal or the casual, not in a casual, informal. If you want to continue the conversation, because if you trust them or you want to share your personal things, then you can share it. Otherwise, you no need to answer to the questions. You can, because as I told you, there will be a scale, there will be a line or some parameters up to how to what extent you can share your information, like personal things with others, especially in the semi formal situations. You can stop right away wherever you want to stop sharing your personal information, because we will never share our personal information in such type of situations, like semi formal situations, because we don't know them, and later on we will meet them or not also, it's not confirmed. So we will not at all share our personal things, just only to the your introduction, where you are going, from where you are coming, or some to extent like where you work, or what is the purpose you are traveling, etc, etc. Not like your personal things, like your parents or your background and your job, your salary, etc, etc. You will never share such type of things in the semi formal situations. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, one more situation I want to give it to you. Introduce your classmate to your mother. How you will introduce your classmate to the mother?
Hi ma'am, hi mom. This is my friend, my classmate. So and so, some name is there now.
Okay.
And my classmate, and he will stay in here nearby. Some house.
Okay. Okay. Done. Can anyone wants to add more? Okay. Okay. Good, Avinash. Good try. So introducing your classmate here, they mentioned as classmate, not a friend. Correct? So obviously the introduction will be in a semi-formal way, not in a informal way, because he or she is not your friend, just a classmate. Correct? So introducing your classmate means because it's a classmate, you also don't know much more about him or her.
About his
He or she is
personal,
not
ma'am.
your friend.
Yes,
Sorry?
ma'am. About his personal, we don't have any idea, ma'am, because he's not
Yes,
our
we
friend.
don't.
He's just a classmate. If
Classmate. So
he is a friend, we can introduce him in an informal way, ma'am.
correct.
To your parents also.
Correct. Okay. Let's go back to this.
Ma'am, you have sent now that PPT link no in chat box. Today's only coming. Yesterday's not opening.
2 days.
Today's now you have shown no this PPT.
I did not share today's. Yesterday's only I shared.
Yesterday's today's only in that you have sent that link no. That only coming. Today's.
Okay. Give me a moment. I'll share yesterday's. This is the one I shared now. This is
That
yesterday's
Canva
one.
and in Canva software also you send ma'am that link install.
See, yesterday, this is yesterday's one. I'm sharing this link only. Copy.
In chat box.
Correct. Okay.
In that opera in a net in opera it is coming, that one.
Open area. Now check.
Now I will check.
This is yesterday's one.
Yeah, today is only coming, ma'am. Yesterday is not coming.
Oh, okay. What I did is yesterday's only I edited and I did.
Oh,
Okay.
Papa. Ma'am, I'm getting some tension. You give some notes. I should remember and I should
No,
pass.
actually, it's like today's PPT only, like points which have to be discussed. Only that thing, not much more than that. You'll get more information in the textbook itself. So better to read the textbook.
Yeah.
Today's
Means
same.
that
It's like
important model paper also I want, ma'am. Model paper and important questions.
see model papers and important questions. It will be in the backside of your textbook. Some important questions or the model paper. And I would like to suggest you one thing. See, after every lesson, you have a textbook.
Textbook,
with you.
yeah.
So after every lesson, you'll have questions. Correct?
Yeah.
So in that questions only, you'll get the same questions for your exam. No need to read all these model papers or anything. So better, my suggestion is read the textbook and understand the concept. Then whatever questions you get, you can answer it anyway. If you read the textbook, if you understood the concept.
Means that's why I'm getting in a textbook also get some confusion.
You have only 3 units.
Yeah.
Just 3 units. You can have it. You can read it because this English is a very easy subject. What I thought, because it's in our everyday life, day-to-day life. Situations will be like a day-to-day life. There is nothing more like a science or a social to learn about history or to learn about something whichever not in our knowledge. It's a very easy subject, I think. I suggest, because if you read the textbook, that happens only in the situations, what is going on around us. And it's like seeing the textbook, you will understand. You are training yourself.
If any doubt is there, no, ma'am. In personally, can you give the number for your number?
No, actually, we are not supposed to give our number. More two classes we have. So I would like to suggest you to read the whole textbook. Only 3 units you have. First anyway completed. Now we are in the second unit. So just have a quick through the lesson. More 2 classes we have. You can ask your doubts. Write it on a pen and paper. Write it on a paper, and you can ask the doubts in the next 2 classes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Anurag.
I have one doubt, ma'am. Ma'am, after each unit, there is a model examination questions, no, ma'am. 2 or 3 questions they have given. If you if we want any idea about what we are thinking the lines is the correct or not, where we can get the answers for those questions, ma'am? In which website?
Actually, you will not get in any website.
Okay, ma'am.
You will not get answers, but you can check it with yourself in the textbook only, because you'll get the answers from right away from the textbook. But what my suggestion is, as I told earlier also, no need to find any answers. If you understood the concept, tell me what's the first question in this lesson?
Question, ma'am. It is given in the question. You have a company which produces agricultural implements for farmers. Introduce yourself to the manager of a bank to discuss some loan options with him. Is the first question, ma'am.
Very easy. What to check with in the internet, I told you. As I tell you, see, no need to check anything, these answers. If you understood the concept, how to introduce yourself. Till now, we discussed the same thing. And you are giving the very correct answers. Means you understood the concept.
Yes, ma'am.
And they have given the option also, what is the company is about. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And for what is the purpose you are going to the company.
Yes, ma'am.
So you will be introduced what will be the conversation or introduction they asked in a formal way. Obviously in the formal way, because you went to the job.
Yes, ma'am.
So obviously you can introduce yourself in a formal way, and why you went to the company.
And what is the purpose we have meeting that person, and what we want from him.
Yes.
What is the use of visiting him, and what is the purpose we want from him? Yes, that we have to discuss in the.
Correct. This question is about
that thing. Yes, ma'am. We have to discuss it.
So
and
you obviously you want some work should be done by the person.
Yes,
so
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
comes under the semi-formal.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
semi-formal means what are the phrases and what is the things you can share, you know already.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. So I would like to suggest you read the, not only everyone, to read the textbook thoroughly and just
Ma'am,
keep in mind some phrases. Yes, please.
excuse me, ma'am. Any limit for the number of words to use, ma'am? Like in till 10th class, we used to write, no, ma'am. In for essay and for dialogue writing, you should limit the words till 300 words, like that. Any for this exam, they'll ask any description, ma'am. For use this much words only, you have to do 5 to 6 dialogues only.
No, there is no limits. Actually, you'll have the 8 marks questions and 4 marks questions, I think,
Okay.
because in my page it is there like that. If it is a 8 marks question, then like pages or lines, I'm telling you, if it is
Okay.
a big answer, like a more marks, you have to write at least 2 pages.
Oh.
2 pages.
2 pages. If it is a 4 mark answer, you can write at least 1.5 page.
Okay, ma'am.
What is important is the vocabulary or the phrases which you are using is more important.
Okay, ma'am.
You have in your textbook.
Okay,
What are
ma'am.
the phrases you have to use? Just now explain. If you have textbook, you can check yourself also. What are the
Textbook
phrases
also it
you
is
have
there.
to use?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
What are
we
the
need,
phrases?
we need to
Like
inform
prestigious,
the
visually
formula.
challenged. Some words are given, ma'am, in glossary.
0.6.
Yes,
Some
yes,
phrases
yes. So
are given.
use that phrases, use that vocabulary that adds
Okay.
more impression for the
Okay.
person who is correcting the papers.
Okay, ma'am.
And it should be in a paragraph wise or in a line wise, not like a passage from first line to the end line. It should not be like a passage. So
It should be
break
like
it.
dialogues.
It should be like
Correct.
dialogue.
Yes, correct. Or the dialogues or the conversation. See, in the
Yes,
first
ma'am.
question they had asked the bank manager and you. So how you'll write?
Yes,
Like a
ma'am.
dialogue. First the bank manager says this, then yourself, then what the bank
Yes, ma'am.
manager says. It should be in such a way also.
Conversation.
I have one
Yes.
doubt, ma'am. One question.
Yes.
So what is there means prepare a dialogue to introduce your sister's friend to your neighbor.
Sister's friend to your neighbor. So
Yeah.
introducing others to someone else. Correct?
Is a
It should be
semi-formal.
in a semi-formal way. It's a semi-formal way. Your sister's friend to your neighbor. So
Neighbor.
here you know your sister's friend more. Neighbor also, like, it's a very semi-formal way because neighbor also you don't know much. Correct?
Yeah.
Your sister
Yeah.
friend also not too much close.
Yeah.
So
Both are
in a
unknown
equal
persons.
path.
Unknown
Both are
persons.
unknown persons, both are in an equal path. So you will introduce how much you knows. Like
Yeah.
so and so meet my sister's friend so and she is a friend of my sister. And your neighbor also, how much extent you know about him or her, only up to some extent. What you have to make an prolong is a conversation. If they ask you to write the conversation, they should be mentioned like point wise. You,
Yes, ma'am.
neighbor, and your sister's friend. You,
Sisters.
neighbor, and the sister's friend. It should be in a
Yes, ma'am.
dialogue, conversation.
3 persons dialogue should be there.
3-person dialogue.
Conversation should be there.
It mentioned in the textbook.
Yes,
it should
ma'am.
be in the same way.
Okay,
It
ma'am.
should
And
be
it
in
one
that
it is there, ma'am. In model examination questions are there, no?
Yes.
In paragraph number they have given 1.6 and 1.7.
Okay.
Means some useful phrases in informal introductions.
Yes. That's the reason I'm telling you to read the textbook more and more.
Okay.
So that just remember some points, important points will be there like this phrases, and in your textbook end of the each unit you have the points to ponder is there. Just have a look on it.
Yes,
Points to
ma'am.
ponder. These are important
Yes, ma'am.
points you should keep in your mind.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Like how much extent you can talk in which type of situations, what is the
Yes,
limit,
ma'am.
where you have to stop, what you have to do, what you should not do.
Ma'am, do
This
they ask these types of questions, ma'am, to write the points to ponder?
they will
During
not
the
ask.
no, it's just for a idea, no, ma'am. It's just for no idea, no, ma'am. These
These
points
are
to
just only for
to
the
learn.
idea to, yes, correct, to know the limits,
Yes, ma'am.
just to know our, so that we can be what we will do if we are in such type of situations.
Yes, ma'am.
what we have to do, what we should not do.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the basic language. Usually we never learns everything from out of the world. What is
Yes,
happening
ma'am.
even in our life, we will learn in such a way. English is such type of language.
Yes, ma'am.
Give me a moment. I want
Thank
to
you,
take a
ma'am.
quick.
Ma'am, I have sent
Yes.
the mail ID, ma'am, in this one chat box.
Okay.
So yesterday's and today's PPT is there, no? You send it in the mail, ma'am.
Okay. Mail.
In my send my mail address.
Okay. Give me a moment. Let me take a photograph.
Madam, it's better to share in the chat board in Zoom.
Okay.
In chat box means that's getting some different.
Because
Actually, that's the reason
last
what I
class
did.
we have downloaded from Zoom only.
Zoom only, but it's asking download means getting option.
No, actually, you can download it directly from the Canva. As I showed the option, no.
That
But
software
yesterday
you
is not
can,
available. I'll check it, but I can.
you send that software, ma'am. That link I will download.
Canva.
Yeah.
Go
In
to
Zoom box.
Google. No. Go to Google. Type Canva. You will get the software.
Just a
I
minute.
think you don't have Canva. Go to Google directly. Type Canva.
Google. Canva.
So.
Yeah, Canva it came, ma'am. Now Canva visual site it is there. First one, www.canva https.
Yes.
That one, visual site, and it's asking and login, sign up. What
Sign
will you
up.
design? Huh?
Go with the sign up.
Sign up. And continue with Google, continue with Facebook.
Continue with Google and give your mail ID and password. That's it.
That's why it's getting. Continue. It's asking.
Continue.
That what will you be using Canva for? It's asking.
Give it as a PPT for what are the options are there?
Non-profit, charity, personal, large company, student, teacher, small business.
Student. Give it as a student.
Okay. Where are you currently studying? University.
Those are your personal things. You can give it yourself.
Yeah.
More 1 minute is there. Last topic I want to tell you, points to ponder in this unit. Do not try to show too much familiarity by touching or patting the person on the back, and many people do not like it. Second point, a polite handshake is good, but generally do not shake hands with a lady unless she extends her hand for a handshake first. Shaking hands among men is more common, but be careful being introduced to a man. You can extend your hand for a shake. In India, shaking hands between men and women is not very common. In an informal situation, it is common for a man to offer shake hands with a woman. And a plain hello or the Indian or local language form of greeting such as namaste or adab will do unless the person is a foreigner. Here we don't use much like shake hands or anything. We'll just say hello or namaste in India. But in the foreign culture, they used to shake their hands very much. Whether the person is men or the women, they used to shake their hands whenever they introduce among each other. But in India, we'll never like now it's a common everyday. But if previous, it's like namaste, just namaste or saying hello. Now, do not hold your hands for long time if you are shaking hands. If you are shaking hands, do not hold the hands for long time. And do not use first names immediately. It is not common to address each other by first time immediately unless told to do so. It is safe to use surnames first till the person asks you to use their names first. Do not use short forms of the names, like that is quite informal and people may not like it. For example, if you say name is Avinash, in an informal, don't say in the first time, hi Avi. Don't say like that. People doesn't like the short forms of their names.
Yeah.
So
Like
better
that,
to
we'll say hi
pronounce as a
Avinash.
Correct. Full name is mandatory. Unless or until in the previous conversation also we learned they used to call upon Mr. and Mrs. Later on they were comfortable in like telling over there only the names instead of the Mr. and Mrs. They told at the end of the conversation use only my name, no need of Mr. and Mrs.
Okay.
So till then, okay. Actually, I'm instructed to close the class now. Now we can meet in the next class on the next Friday. I think 26th and
Friday
27th.
26th and 27th.
Correct. If you have any doubts, please put it on a paper and then we can discuss the things.
Ma'am,
Okay.
that one
Yes.
Canva software is not getting downloading.
It will be downloaded. Maybe of the internet issue. I think it will be
No,
downloaded. Don't worry.
I've seen but it's asking something.
Something like
What is that? Create a design and it's coming like that. Home, get Canva Pro, Magic Studio. What will you design today? Upload, custom size.
these are all the things which if you want to do it. Do one thing, go to the link which I have shared, then it will open directly in the Canva. Okay, we'll see you in the next class. If you have any doubts, just put it on a paper. We'll discuss in the next class. Have a
Okay.
great day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye.
And sir, that one PPT also yesterday's not getting. Today's only getting. That's why. So that's why. Okay, ma'am. Hello. Hello. Okay, I'm closing.